Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Lisa Renee TV. If you have not yet subscribed to the channel, what are you waiting for? Make sure to subscribe today before you leave, and make sure to thumbs up the video if you like what you see, and to share on all your social media networks that you happen to be on at this time. Welcome back. Any newbies, if you are new to my channel, welcome to the livest channel on YouTube, and welcome to the best group of subscribers ever. Welcome to the Flavor Crew, honey. Yes, you are now a part of the Flavor Crew, especially if you subscribe. Hello. So welcome. I thank you for joining us today. All right, so let's get right into it. And happy Sunday to everybody, by the way. Okay, so this topic came across my mind because it was actually a topic in one of the Christian groups that I'm in on Facebook. It came up twice actually within a few days of each other, so I was like, oh, it's a recurring topic. Okay, so and this one is it's nothing new. It's actually been discussed like a zillion times before, but it's very relevant and it stays prevalent. Okay, so celibacy and Christian courtships, the importance of celibacy and Christian courtships, and also the big question is like, is it truly necessary? Like, do we need to be celibate in a Christian courtship, or should we treat it the same way that any other relationship goes, or any worldly relationship? So should we look at like what view are we going to look at it from? So yeah, is it truly necessary? Why is it important? What is the whole point for remaining, abstinent with each other during that time that you are courting, however long that may be. Okay. So the big point that came to me is that removing sex temporarily from the relationship will actually help you to focus on really getting to know each other beyond the flesh. That is the big deal and the main point as to why celibacy is not forced but is encouraged between Christian couples. Never put confidence in your flesh. And when you go to Philippians 3, 1 through 9, which of course I'm going to read for you. Further, my brothers and sisters, rejoice in the Lord. It is no trouble for me to write the same things to you again, and it is a safeguard for you. Watch out for those dogs, those evildoers, those mutilators of the flesh, for it is we who are the circumcision, we who serve God by his Spirit, who boast in Christ Jesus, and who put no confidence in the flesh, though I myself have reasons for such confidence. If someone else thinks they have reason to put confidence in the flesh, I have more. Circumcised on the 8th day of the people of Israel, of the tribe of Benjamin, a Hebrew of Hebrews, in regards to the law, a Pharisee. As for zeal, persecuting the church. As for righteousness based on the law, faultless. But whatever regains to me, I now consider loss for the sake of Christ. What is more, I consider everything a loss because of the surpassing worth of knowing Christ Jesus my Lord, for whose sake I have lost all things. I consider them garbage, that I may gain Christ and be found in him, not having a righteousness of my own that comes from the law, but that which is through faith in Christ, the righteousness that comes from God on the basis of faith. Okay, and once again, that was Philippians 3, 1 through 9, the NIV version, or New International Version. Okay, so in other words, what he's saying is, I no longer reside within the law. Okay, I'm no longer putting my confidence of who I am, my standards, my moral standards, my integrity is no longer attached to the way of the world or the Pharisees, or how the law says. And in our case, the law will be considered the society we living in today, or the way modern day society says I should live my life. I no longer have to abide by their rules. And why don't I have to abide by their rules? Because I am a new child born in Christ. So when I attach myself to him, I only have to follow him. I don't have to follow what the modern conventional world tells me I have to do. Okay, so they're going left and Christ is going right. Guess where I'm going? I'm going right. Okay, I'm going to end up on the side of right. Okay, I don't have to go left with the world just so I can fit in, so I can be considered cool, popular, famous, rich, beautiful, sexy, whatever whatever adjective you want to throw at me. I don't have to do that. Okay, because my confidence is found where? It's found in Christ, it's not found in my flesh. Okay, so that's what that particular chapter is trying to explain to us. And in regards to celibacy and Christian courtships, it's the same ideology, same thing. You don't have to think in the way the world does. You don't have to try to follow what people tell you that you should be doing, because a lot of times I think Christian couples do go through a lot of pressure. Any relationship, new relationship, goes through a lot of pressure, regardless of whether it's a Christian couple or not. However, Christian couples do go through a lot of pressure because they're trying to find their way. They're trying to navigate through the murky waters of new love, and doing things Christ's way. Seeing their friends do things certain ways. Some of their friends may not be of Christ, and they're influenced by them, and they're influenced by what they see in the media. What social media is telling you is hot right now. What television, magazines, newspapers, whatever it is, like what these different sources are telling you. Hey, this is what's in. This is what you need to be doing, especially like for women, for men too, but for women, because we want to be appealing to our man, right? We want to be appealing. We don't want to lose our man to another woman, and we're trying to kind of figure things out, especially as a younger woman. I think at any age, a woman is always fighting to be the apple of his eye. We always want to be the lady of his life. We want to be the top lady. We don't want him looking at other women, so we always feel like we're in competition. We're always trying to figure out tips and tricks to kind of jazz up our style and be more appealing, be more sexier, be more confident and aggressive in the bedroom, or whatever it is, like, and just in general, in our attitude, and just our the way we live and the way we walk and everything. It's a lot. It's a lot of pressure. It's a lot of things to keep up with, and so yeah, that can be all a part of, and it can end up attaching itself to whether or not you want to be celibate in your Christian courtship, especially if you're with a man who has hinted that he's open to being sexual, or you guys have spoken about sex and he doesn't seem to be trying to prevent the sex from happening, which is their job actually. In a courtship, a man is actually supposed to lead you away, from danger. He's supposed to cover you and protect you, and he's supposed to be, strong in that particular matter. So he's supposed to have your back, and kind of cover you. That's his job, being the head. But if he's weak, then you're going to most likely fall, because it's like we're kind of following them. It's like you're sort of submitting to, because submission is all about substituting your mission, and you're substituting your mission for his. So if his mission is to get some, you might end up like saying, hey, well, I'm giving it, you want to get it, I'm gonna give it, because it's like he's now having this influence over you because he's your boyfriend, soon to be your husband, and it's very possible you could fall under the right set of circumstances. He says the right things, throws out the right charms, and your panties are on the floor there. And you're like, damn it, I didn't really mean for that to happen. So you have to be very careful too about the kind of guys that you choose. Be sure that this guy is sent from God, so that you don't accidentally get with a guy who's trying to tempt you, and a guy who's like, he's not willing to stop you. He's not willing to have control in that area of the relationship. He's not willing to step up and lead. That's very dangerous. So, especially if it's like your heart's desire to stay to remain celibate until marriage, like he needs to honor that and say, well, we'll be celibate then. We're going to be celibate until marriage. That's what we're going to do. So, yeah, just, food for thought. So, now, of course, you have the other side of the coin where there have been couples that we all know who have not been celibate and they have still been blessed and they made it over their era. So, and I know couples like that in my own life where like, oh, well, they were having sex all the time and they couldn't stop having sex and they were blessed and got kids and great jobs, everything is good. And it's like, okay, if you do have sex, before marriage or your relationship, that is not going to stop God from blessing you. It's not going to stop you from being blessed and getting everything God has for you. However, what it will do is it is looked at highly. It is favored in God's eyes if you all make that sacrifice during that time period that you're courting. And what it'll do is just gonna make your relationship a little bit stronger. So you may be blessed, but you all also may stumble a little bit in your relationship as a result of your decision to, open up Pandora's box, before time. So you may have some difficulty. You may notice some things that you all going through that other couples didn't have to be bothered with because they chose to wait and you all didn't. So, it's like you pay for it one way or the other. Like you may experience something, which doesn't mean that you are horrible people. You're just human people. So you made a human blip there. You made a little error. So, in my own experience, I've had like, guys who I was like thinking about courting, but they were all about, like they felt like they couldn't wait until marriage for sex. Like it was almost a requirement for them that we be sexual during the courtship. Like that was their thing. They're like, no, I need to know if it's good. I need to do this because this is how I connect. This is how I show my love and whatever. It was just, it was just really weird, but that was their thing. So me throwing this idea out there saying, oh, I want to be celibate, until marriage, that was like something that they weren't really willing to jail with. They're like, no, we're gonna, one guy was real strong about it. Like, this is what's gotta happen, if you're gonna be, with me. So, yeah. Needless to say, no, we are not together. Nope. But you got some men out there like that. And that's a complaint too of a lot of Christian women. They're saying like some of these guys are not what you think they are, and they're not what they cracked up to be. A lot of them, it's like they do require that you be sexual with them first, and that's a big thing for them. Like they're not willing to wait. They don't want to wait, So it's just one of those things, that they want to do the sex thing before marriage, So they kind of walking in their free will there. So I told y'all about like I think it's been a year or two now that Steve Harvey show when but this was an older woman, but the same idea applies no matter the age. Like she was looking for love, and it's like her sons were there to kind of interview the guy she talked to, and she was talking to a guy, a few guys. I think it was like three gentlemen, and all of them had good qualities. And one of them, he was like, well, I do believe in sex before marriage or whatever. Like at least he was honest about it, but he was just letting her know, like, hey, I think she may have chose one of them. So maybe she was like leaning towards doing it too, because maybe she felt like, look, I done had my kids, I'm not like a young girl out here trying to, wait or whatever. Like, so I don't know if the idea, if it shifts, or, the priority shifts as you get older. Is it different for an older woman who wants to be married than it is for a young woman? Like if you're 30, you may say, I want to wait till marriage to have sex, as opposed to like you're 50 and you already had a couple of kids, you just, want a companion. Is it different for you? Hey, drop that in the comment below. If you happen to be older and you watch it, just like, is it different for you? Like, do you still feel like you want to wait, or you don't care anymore? Because you're like, I already had kids. I really don't care about waiting. We can do it whenever. Like, hey, let me know. I've always been interested to know that. But here's just a few pointers I want to give you as to what celibacy will do for the relationship. So number one, it'll help you focus on God together. So yeah, you and him together can focus on what God is trying to tell you, and the plans that he has for your relationship and for your future. You don't want to miss that. It'll help you focus on building the relationship, okay? Because that's where your head needs to be. You definitely don't want to be so caught up in each other that you miss out on like the whole purpose for courting. And you want to be prepared for your marriage. It'll help you focus on friendship first, because as marriage partners, like, you're gonna be friends too. Your husband, your wife should be your best friend. So, and you may have other best friends. Who said you couldn't? But you want to be each other's best friend. So you just want to focus on building friendship first. It's gonna help you avoid rough heartbreak if a breakup occurs. So if you all find out that we're not for each other and you break up, or if you are for each other, but you know how you like have a breakup, you just fall out with each other or whatever, it'll help you to not be so hurt. You be mildly rubbed, but you won't be as heartbroken than if you did not share that intimate experience with one another. It'll keep you from unhealthy attachment, so becoming obsessed with somebody, um, just kind of feeling so strongly attached and clingy, and like little things like that happen when you become intimate, especially become intimate really soon, and all kind of dangerous things there. And then lastly, it prevents unwanted pregnancies and diseases. So these are something to think about too, ladies, like, yeah, and gentlemen. Think about that. So yeah, just a lot of food for thought here. So I would love to hear some of you all's experiences with that, and with the being celibate, in relationships, or if you were against it, I want to hear that too. Whatever views you may have, let me know what you thought about the video, whatever it is. I always love hearing from you guys. And other than that, thank you guys for watching. If you have not purchased my book, Long Way to Love, it is available on Amazon, and it's also available on Barnes and Noble as well. So the links will be in the more info box below. And if nothing else, I will see you lovelies next time. And you guys have a beautiful and blessed week. All right. Take care. Bye.